This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Businessman charged with his son's murder wants a plea deal. A St. Andrew businessman who was reportedly captured on video shooting his son to death at the family business place in Papine, St. Andrew in April is planning to seek a plea deal come January next year. Delton Knight was arrested in April after he reportedly pulled a gun and shot his 38-year-old son Ruel in the chest, killing him. The 64-year-old accused, who has been in custody since his son's murder, was last month denied bail in the Home Circuit Court, and the mentioned date is set for September 2023. But Knight's attorney at law, Peter Champagny, told the news yesterday that he will be seeking to have the matter brought forward in court in early January to find out whether the prosecution would be minded to consider a plea bargain arrangement. Additionally, the lawyer said that he will be renewing Knight's bail application in January in light of certain new developments. Knight, who has been unable to secure bail, was denied by the judge on the last occasion on account of the strength of the prosecution's case, which includes the video recording of the incident and the witnesses' statements. The accused is facing charges of murder and illegal possession of firearm and ammunition arising from the incident. According to police reports, about 9:45 a.m. on April 12, Knight, who is a licensed firearm holder, had a dispute with his son at their place of business. During the dispute, Knight reportedly pulled his weapon and shot Ruel in the chest and left the scene. The injured man was rushed to the hospital, where he later died. The accused is also being represented by attorney at law Pierre Rogers. Mandatory work from home order ends. The mandatory work from home order for public sector workers that has been in place since 2020 comes to an end today, Friday, December 31, 2021. This means that as of Monday, January 3, tens of thousands of public sector workers are expected back in the office on a full-time basis. Prime Minister Andrew Holness announced on December 7 in the House of Representatives that the measure that was implemented as part of efforts to curtail the spread of COVID-19 on the island had run its course. There has been a lot of concern about the loss of productivity that this measure is having. We need to get back to normal, but of course to do so safely. This is not to say that we're abandoning work from home totally. It will be an option, but not a requirement, Holness explained. He said individual ministries, departments, and agencies should assess their circumstances and determine what is best for them. The goal, he said, is to return to full productivity effective the first workday in January 2022. The public sector must get back to work at their workplaces, he added. The Prime Minister noted that the private sector normally follows the lead of the government in this regard. As such, he said, his administration was similarly encouraging the private sector to do what is best for them. He noted further that some private entities have indicated that it was time that they bring back staff back to the office. As to whether all or most of the workers will return to the office next Monday is left to be seen in light of the surge in COVID-19 cases driven by the highly contagious Omicron variant over the past week. On Wednesday, Jamaica recorded 365 new cases of the coronavirus, and the numbers are expected to continue their upward trajectory following activities associated with the Christmas holidays and the pending New Year's celebrations. Start of second semester at UTech delayed. The University of Technology Jamaica is reporting that the start of its second semester has been delayed. UTech says this is due to the university undertaking maintenance of the institution's information system and the resetting of its online modules for semester 2. Classes are now rescheduled to start on January 12. UTech says the delay will allow time for lecturers to complete familiarization with instructional materials and online systems in preparation for semester 2. The university has apologized for the inconvenience caused by the delayed start of the new semester. Man held following murder of Chinese remains in custody. The Constabulary's Major Investigation Division is to question one of two men who were taken into police custody following last Thursday's gruesome murder of two Chinese nationals in Bellevue District in St. Elizabeth. A police source told the news on Wednesday that two men were arrested for questioning in connection with the double murder which sent shockwaves through the southern St. Elizabeth community. One was subsequently released. Police named the deceased as He Kong Wan, 48, businesswoman, and the Shiyong Shu, 53, businessman of Bellevue District. The police said the business owners who operated Jojo Supermarket were killed during a robbery on December 23. Police said they were alerted to the robbery about 7:20 p.m., but when they arrived at the supermarket, the Chinese were found lying in a pool of blood. They were taken to hospital where Shu was pronounced dead and one succumbed about 8:15 p.m. Residents of Bellevue on Friday expressed shock and anger that their community has been stained following the gruesome murder of the Chinese who operated Jojo Supermarket for 8 years. Me turn upside down. I don't feel good at all, because everybody have them bad ways. But if them come for rob the people, just take what you take and make them leave. You don't have to kill them, said 82-year-old Bellevue resident Royston Swaby. Another resident who asked not to be named told the news on Wednesday that since the killing and the closure of the supermarket, it has left a void as the community is now without a reliable grocery store. We are deeply affected by the double murder, because Jojo always open no matter whether a holiday, Sunday, Saturday or what. Every day it open from 7 a.m. till late, so all weekend gone, we're nearly dead for hungry, said the resident. It is sad that they were killed knowing the vital service that they gave to the community for over 8 years. They will be missed, added the resident. Health Ministry revises isolation period for persons infected with COVID-19. Persons infected with COVID-19 in Jamaica will now be able to leave isolation early if they test negative for the virus after 5 days. Jamaica has mandated that persons remain in isolation for 10 days after testing positive for the virus. However, Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton announced yesterday that the policy was being adjusted. He says the new guidelines should ease frustration for visitors who would have been required to remain in Jamaica for 10 days after testing positive. Jamaican men held on drug-related charges in the Bahamas. 2 Jamaican men have been arraigned on several drug-related charges in connection with last week's ganja seizure in the Bahamas. 34-year-old Nehru James and 50-year-old Devon Richards appeared before a magistrate on Wednesday after they were allegedly found with 611 pounds of ganja on the island of Great Inagua on Christmas Eve. The Tribune newspaper in the Bahamas reported that during the hearing, the Jamaicans pleaded not guilty. The case was adjourned until February 22. However, the 2 men are scheduled to appear in court on January 14 for a bail hearing. It was reported that they were spotted on a boat by an air patrol team from the Drug Enforcement Unit and the U.S. Coast Guard. 34 packages containing ganja were allegedly found in bushes near the boat. U.S. student who went missing now resting in hospital. Verona Evans was yesterday still breathing sighs of relief that her daughter, 27-year-old University of the West Indies student Shaveen Evans, was found alive despite being hospitalized. She's not back to normal, but me glad we find her. The relieved mother told the news during a brief telephone conversation. Evans shared that when she visited her daughter at Conroe Regional Hospital yesterday, she was asleep. I did not get to see her because she was sleeping. I just ran in and ran out back, the mother said. Meanwhile, the police have revealed the 27-year-old was not raped. She is still resting in hospital. There is nothing alarming that was discerned by the doctor like she was raped or anything. No such a thing. But they are keeping her for further observation, a senior police officer told the news. Evans, who went missing in the community of Orchard in Hanover on Christmas Day, was found Wednesday about 3:22 p.m. on Orchard Beach in Hopewell. The beach is located adjacent to the Northern Coastal Highway. The community from which she went missing is located on the other side of the road. She was reportedly visiting her child's father in Orchard when she ran from the house. Her child's grandfather, Neville Baby Humphrey, told the news that she was depressed. Superintendent Sharon B. Put told the news that the police were not able to say if the young woman was lost, neither could they speak to the circumstances that led her to the beach. She is not in a state as yet where she can explain what had happened to her and what went wrong. We just want to know that she recuperates, gets back her energy, and she is alive and well, B. Put stated shortly after Evans was found. Meanwhile, when the news visited the community of Clifton, a still visibly relieved Trishana Jackson, who was involved in Wednesday's search, recounted the moment she was found. "I don't know if it is my voice she heard, but I was so happy when I saw her heading to me along the beach," Jackson told the news. "I just hugged her and started to cry." Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.